Welcome to the Culture First Chapters Virtual Retreat for 2025. So excited you're here. Like I mentioned, you're welcome to grab a Zoom background, rename yourself. I already know all of you, but I'm your host today. I'm very honored and privileged to be your community manager in this venture together. I do not take that honor lightly. So the purpose of today, it wouldn't be a great gathering if we weren't clear on why we're here, is that, well, having a sense of community matters now more than ever. We need each other. The world is a crazy, wacky place. And especially folks and people in HR roles are feeling super lonely and isolated and even scared. And so we all have stepped up to be the leaders who want to create spaces of hope and connection and belonging for not just our members, but for the world. And we're being the change we want to see in the world by leading these chapters. And essentially, this is the annual time of year for us to come together and connect with one another, to collaborate, and to just like celebrate the amazing things that we have been able to collectively achieve together. And so my hope is that you're able to leave with some renewed energy, some practical tools that you can implement. And then in order for us to kind of continue to create this ripple effect that sometimes we don't always see the impact we're having. We've got some agreements here. We are recording, so just be mindful of whatever you're sharing in the main session. We ask that you practice presence and limit your distractions, whether that's putting your phone away or silencing it and closing out other tabs. We can learn from anywhere, so regardless of topics and people, we're here to soak it all in, and like things can be applied. So also noticing just like any small details to the way that the things are experience design and facilitation and the way that we share with one another, and how this might apply to some of your gatherings. And lastly, just taking care of yourself. I got to go to AC Holmes's session earlier this week, and it was just like a helpful reminder of just, she shared with me, it was just like, hey, take care of yourself. Maybe you need a fidget spinner. Maybe you need a doodle. Maybe you need to just like turn your camera off for a little bit if you just find things overwhelming. So do what you need to do to take care of yourself. So just gonna stop sharing. Can everyone kind of lean in and give me like a little rock on? Can you agree to these agreements? Amazing. Thank you. All right. So we did a chapter lead engagement survey late last year. Thank you to those of you that filled that out. You shared, we listened, and part of why we're doing this today came from that feedback. And also the way that this session was designed was with that feedback in mind. So just things that are coming to mind for you all are wanting to connect with each other, to learn from each other, to be motivated by growing professionally and develop professionally. So hoping to be able to deliver on all of the things that you shared. So thank you again for filling that out. We're going to talk about more about the engagement survey in a little bit. So we'll get a chance to connect. We're going to celebrate our wins. We're going to go over the engagement survey. We're going to talk about the history of community and where we're going in the future. We're going to do this fun activity called a Culture First Jingle. I'm not going to say too much. Then we'll take a break. We'll come back and we will do some community building best practices, and we'll have a chance to do some topic-based kind of breakout sessions with one another. And then we'll kind of like review support and expectations and all that stuff. And then there's a fun little surprise at the end of the gathering that I'm excited to share with you. And if you know me at least like a little bit, then you'll definitely get a kick out of it. So it wouldn't be a Culture First gathering if we didn't start with who we are as a community and our principles. So I have asked Jen with the Regional Australia chapter to walk us through who we are and our principles. So over to you, Jen.
Oh, thank you so much. And thank you for asking me. So the first slide we have here is this community definition. The Culture First community at Culture AMP is where global leaders and change agents come together to be inspired by their peers, ideate and share best practices to create a better world of work. And for me, this is absolutely what brings me in here, and it just covers exactly what we were just talking about with why we're here, just to be a better world, and how we work is such a big part of that. And then we've got a group of people around the world united in a shared belief that a better world of work is actually possible. And we see it little bit by little bit every day. And our 5 core principles. And look, these all connect, right? So we're fostering belonging and acceptance. And this is the group that I feel most accepted in. It doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing, I know I will feel accepted when I'm in one of these calls. And that then connects to me, that willing to reflect and grow, because I'm feeling accepted and I've belonged here. I'm more open to growing and I'm more open to listening. And I love that that's how I feel in these conversations. That gives me the courage then to be vulnerable. And I will be that today. And I ask for all of you to be vulnerable where you feel safe to do so today. And then as we leave, we're going to put all of this learning into action. Even if it's only a little bit, we put a little bit in and then we be the change, right? And the last one is just be that connection. Have that connection today. Leave the business for another day. Connection inside and business on the outside.
Yes, little love for Jen for leading us through that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always like watching other people lead us through the principles and, and the purpose. Everyone adds like a little bit. It's like we're making a soup, and I'm like, oh, what ingredient am I putting in today? So thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. All right. So just as a reminder, these are the principles that we share at every gathering. Okay, we just talked about fostering belonging and acceptance, and we're all about radical inclusion. So I want to introduce my co-host today. This person is not even a human. So my co-host isn't human. He's only 18 inches tall, but he is big on laughter and celebration. So I want to introduce you to my co-host, the co-founder of Culture Puppets. Please give a warm welcome to Little Ginger. Little
Oh
Ginger,
no,
there?
hold on. I'm having a glitch. There we go. Hi, everyone. Hey, it's me, Little Ginger. Oh man, it's so good to be here. I am just delighted to be here with you, Jesse, and all of you folks. The love that you shared when I was kind of hiding behind the scenes, so genuine and so beautiful. Like you are a seriously like hardcore community. You guys know each other. I love it. Um,
Well, thank you.
I'm not human, but I do have a little human in me. So
Yes.
there's that. Um, How's everyone feeling? Maybe you could pop that in the chat. Also, for those of you, some of you are calling from tomorrow, which is weird. But also, if it's tomorrow for you, can you put in the chat how Bitcoin is doing? Because it's doing lousy here. And I sell? Let me know. Um, I feel great. I just watched a puppet show. Any of you familiar with Randy Feltface? I swear that's his name. He's Aussie. Randy Feltface, very NSFW. Check him out after. He's good. He's really good. Okay. We're gonna do a fun connection exercise right now. It's called the puppet mirror. So I'm gonna do a body movement and you're gonna copy me, okay? One caveat though, I don't have teeth, ears, or eyelids. So I'll do me and you do you, but you do your best to do me. Does that make sense? Okay. Here we go. Hold on. Get my sticks ready. Okay. And go. Victory pose. All right, now wiggle your arms. Wiggle. Yep. Okay. Now we're going to Google our eyes. Your eyes don't Google. Do your best to Google. Yeah. Some of you are getting into it. I love it. Okay. Okay, now this is the crumple face. I learned that from Grover. Now uncrumple your face. Okay. Now hands together over your heart. Great job, everybody. But we're not finished yet. This is round 2. Ready? Okay, here we go. This is my favorite one. I'm going to give you a verbal prompt, and you're going to make your best face for this prompt, okay? Some of these are for HR roles at work, some are for culture first stuff. Just to keep you on your toes, I'm going to mix them in, okay? This is going to be your best face. First time hosting a virtual first time hosting a virtual chapter event. Give me that face. All right. Now, I just crushed my first chapter event victory pose. Woohoo! Nice. Okay, now do. Oh no, my Zoom is frozen. Okay, now do. Wait, are you frozen or am I frozen? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now give me your. Oh man, why did I buy a Tesla from that guy face? Yeah, that guy. Okay. Uh, your face during a Zoom call where the CEO just said something they shouldn't have, and now your day is about to get derailed. That ever happen to anybody? Okay. Now we just celebrated the best quarter ever in the all hands meeting face. Okay, now your face when you realize you just delivered bad news to the entire team while you were muted. And now you have to do it all over again. And finally, the 1 year of hosting a chapter anniversary face. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well, thanks for playing full out.
Yes.
Okay.
Amazing.
Next we're going to do some breakout room roulette. So here's a couple prompts to consider before we break out, okay? 2 rounds, 4 minutes each. If you know each other, you're going to do a scavenger hunt. You're going to pick an object that metaphorically represents culture first and what they've meant for you. Just anything around your desk there, in your private yoga studio. That's awesome, by the way. And just grab something, a brick, right? And talk about it, use it as a focal point. If you don't know each other, who or what brought you to the community? Share some things. When did you first get into puppets? Why are puppets your favorite thing? These are some things you can discuss, okay? Uh, and we're going to break out soon. I don't do the technical stuff.
Yes. Our friend Casey Boyles is running tech and chat today. So if you need anything throughout, this is our champion. But okay, yeah, you should have a prompt here in just a moment to join a breakout room.
Thank you, Casey.
You're the best. Oh, it's amazing.
The ginger
Welcome
strikes back.
back. Welcome back, everyone. Cindy, I'm glad you're here. Glad you made it. We had a couple more folks join. I hope you were able to enjoy your breakout room. Little Ginger, how was your breakout room?
My internet was unstable. It was very unsettling.
Just like your
I
mental
think,
health?
yes, clearly. But doing good now. And here we are. Some people, Josephine, I believe her name was like, she joined late. She's like, what is going on? Who is this blue guy? So that was delightful.
So that was delightful.
I'm loving Kayla's comment in the chat that this is wonderfully unhinged, more Little Ginger. I was like, yeah, that seems accurate. That's appropriate.
Yes,
Oh,
more
I
so
accept it.
all right, I'm moving us on here. I hope you were able to reconnect with old folks that you already know or just meet some new people. We have a lot of things to celebrate and also honoring some challenges. So, when we asked you during registration, what's a win or a major life challenge you've experienced in the past year, personally or professionally? Whoa, the responses really showed something beautiful, which is that this community is just like full of growth, full of resilience, and lots of change. Life is complex, it's wild, lots of loss, lots of health struggles, burnout, literal fires, dealing with uncertainty and we continue to show up and despite all of these things. So I'm going to take a moment. I have 2 slides for you to just kind of like read through. They're anonymous and just kind of like soak it all in of just like all the things that we have been navigating as a community. Oh, and before I do, I love this quote by Susan Cain. She wrote a book called Bittersweet, which is we're built to live simultaneously in love and loss, bitter and sweet. And this idea of like we can't have the joy without the sorrow. Those like always go together. So with that, we'll just take like a few moments, you're welcome to come off mute if any of these kind of like strike you, but just wanting to take a moment to appreciate them. This person, Sonia's on here. Not to out you.
I
Did
wasn't at
the
that
mom
stage.
and the dad, were they like culture first and like that a culture first baby?
That'd be awesome.
I think it's out there.
Here's the next
they,
one.
Do they have to hand the baby over to Culture Amp if that happens? How does that?
This is
There's
a
a
child
culture nursery where all babies are raised.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, moving to new with my family.
It's like the opposite of Severance. It's like you want to be like cut into the memories.
Oh,
I need to watch it.
great point, Teresa.
Is season 2 better than season 1?
You can't have season 2 without season 1, and they're both really good.
Okay.
Worth the watch. The ending is like mind-blowing.
Amazing.
We got the kids kind of stuck on The Bachelor right now, so we got to get through that, and then we'll work our way in.
And not with you.
Not kidding.
Well, I just wanted to share this because
I know who top right is.
Right? This right here.
I'm for that.
Anyway, I just wanted to share this because like we never really know what's going on in folks' lives, and we're like communicating with each other on LinkedIn and Slack and like co-hosting stuff together on Bevy, but like we have gone through a lot, and we we keep showing up. We keep doing the work. We keep being the change we want to see in the world despite all of the like highs and the lows. So I just thought this was so beautiful. A couple other little small things to share. I loved Sarah Ginky's post on LinkedIn recently. This just like made my little community manager heart sing. In that she basically has, as a result of starting the Madison chapter and co-leading the Madison chapter with Jen here, she's also started the Global Trauma chapter, was an emerging culture creator, has also a Culture First approved workshop. She started her own company and then now does contracting work with Achieve Engagement, and she's been able to connect with some amazing humans. And that this just like made me so happy because I was like, this is, you get what you put, like what you put into this, you get out of it. And I think that's just like so freaking cool. So like massive shout out to you, Sarah. Congrats. It's super awesome. And then Craig mentioned a culture first baby. I did want to drop this in here. Becky
I didn't know that was coming.
Becky Broad, who runs the South Florida chapter, did have a baby, and I just wanted everyone to make sure you could see how cute and adorable she is.
One baby step at a time.
We got culture first babies. So anyway, can we like share some love, maybe hit the heart reaction, slide into someone's DMs, drop them a note in the chat, like before we get into all of our big wins. But like, yeah, we need the culture first love. Share the culture first love.
It's getting inappropriate, Jesse.
Oh my gosh, so sorry, so sorry.
Where's HR?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Everywhere.
All right. So now we've got some massive things to celebrate as a community. These are our wins to collectively celebrate as a community. Little Ginger is going to help go through these wins with me. And also, I just want us to get like obnoxiously hyped about some of these things, like in a just like absurd way, because we've done some really cool, dope shit together. And I want to make sure that we're like, heck yeah, look at all the things we're doing. So, first off, we're celebrating our 5th year birthday of this chapters program, which is so bananas for many of you who are on the call. Like, we started this when there was nothing, and like, look at this, where this thing is gone now. It's kind of mind blowing. So, the theme for us is it's our 5th year birthday. Fun fact. Some of you may have seen this on LinkedIn, but wanting to go through some of this. Little Ginger, start us off.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta forward my slide background. There we go. Now I match. We surpassed 18,000 chapter members, which is over 1,500 members joined last year. That's huge. 18,000 members. Amazing.
So good. All right,
There's
we
a graph.
there's a
you-
graph. I'll explain this one, Ginger. I'm not sure your
Okay.
brain can.
Probably not equipped. Yes.
You know, we talk a lot about the quality matters, not the quantity. And this basically shows that 28.3% of our members who have attended one Culture First event have returned to at least a second or a third event, which is like, that is so freaking cool. And really something for us to be proud of, because it really shows the true engagement, and showing 18,000 community members. That number is insanely cool. But like this number is like way more interesting to me, to show engagement across like the success of our community. So this is a side note. This is why checking folks in on Bevy is important for us as a community.
So you gave me the crappy slide to share. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad. Okay, next. We hosted 314 events in 2024 alone. That's nearly one event per day of the year. And I shared this other statistic this morning, which got a hoot. A sloth poops 300 times in its entire life. So 314, incredible, comparatively.
Comparatively, doing incredible things. We hosted some amazing conversations this past year. I know a lot of communities are steering clear of some of these topics, but not us. We're just leaning right in to the edge of the we're really embodying the courage to be vulnerable. We're leaning into the hard, vulnerable topics, I would say.
Yeah, I just want to direct everyone's attention to that little word above conversations. Ainher, I think it says. Ainher. Good job, everyone. What does that mean?
That's epic.
A-I and H-R. Okay, oh, I got it. Acronyms.
Ainer.
Ainher.
Finally, we could use that in the workplace. We also welcomed 8 new workshops last year. So thanks to the folks who are now the facilitators for these, but also for the folks that voted on these. We're going to bring on some new workshops, by the way. Now we're going to do it twice a year instead, because 4 times a year is like way too much to commit to. And the next round, the deadline's May 31st. So check out the wiki for details if you want to apply for one of those, or if you know someone that wants to apply. Please make sure you do that. But really excited about being able to continue this amazing content to our community members at scale. All right, little
Okay.
Ginger.
Yeah. So Boston hosted its 1,000th event, which is for one chapter to do that. That's incredible.
Yeah, Boston.
Way to go, Boston.
Leading the way with 1,000 events.
Ow.
Every 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, how is that possible?
A marathon.
Are they all online, like for 10 minutes or?
There's just a comma
Oh, hey,
missing there, I
Nish.
think.
Good to see you. Yes, so our community hosted its 1,000th event. Boston hosted the 1,000th event. This is since December of 2019. We've hosted 1,000 chapter events. That is an absurd number of community-led events, and definitely something worth celebrating. I have a little video here from Didier Elzinga, the co-founder and CEO of Culture Amp. So wanting to make sure you all see a little bit of love from Dids.
Hello,
himself.
Culture First community. Today, I'm incredibly proud to share a milestone that speaks to the heart of who we are at Culture Amp. Since our founding, community has been at the core of everything we do. We've always believed that creating conversations and connections is the key to making a better world of work. And we just celebrated our 1,000th volunteer-led event, a remarkable achievement that couldn't be possible without the passion and dedication of each and every one of you. These events, led by our incredible community members, are more than just gatherings. They are the spaces where ideas are born, where like-minded people can come together to make a real difference. I want to express my deepest gratitude to our chapter leads who've put in countless hours to bring these events to life. Your commitment to fostering connections and creating meaningful experiences is what makes this community so special. As we look to the future, this milestone is a reminder of the power of community. It's a testament to what we can achieve when we come together with a shared purpose. Here's to the next 1,000 events and to continuing our mission to create a better world of work together.
Oh, I just love that.
This guy's amazing. I Glassdoor stalked you, and he's got like 100% approval rating. The CEO, or something like that.
Wow.
He's really well loved. He seems like a really good guy.
He is well loved. He is well loved. Good guy,
Hello.
that Didier. Good guy, that Didier. We had some new releases. I was going along with the whole like Spotify vibe for this, obviously. So new releases, the chapters that launched or relaunched. I also realized that Tampa should be on this list. So if your chapter's on here and I missed it, I'm really sorry. There's a lot of us.
Tampa always gets screwed, right? It's like, poor
Dochi's from Tampa.
Oh,
I'm good.
woohoo!
Sorry, I'm into Dochi. If I didn't tell you that already.
Yeah.
I heard that.
So we have some new chapters launched, some new chapters relaunch, some of them being topic based. So the Culture First Founders chapter, Culture Belongs to Everyone, which is basically what used to be Open Hearts and Open Minds is now Culture Belongs to Everyone, Mental Health and Neurodiversity, and Global Trauma with Sarah, who's on the call here. So shout out to those folks. We got the chapters that are going strong and steady. They're hosting
Yep.
their 4 events a year. Can we give a little bit of love to these folks? A little bit of yeah. Woo.
Right on. I'm Canadian, so I'm glad to see Vancouver. Was born in Toronto. Rock on.
Heck yeah, they're on there. We have the chapters going above and beyond that have made a significant difference. They're hosting 5 to 7 events a year. So a little shout out to these folks that are on here too. Loving it. Who's on this? Christchurch, I see you're here. Who else is
Oh,
call? San Diego, you're here on this call. Denver. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and then the chapters leading the way. These are the folks that are making a transformational difference. They're hosting 8 to 14 events a year. I see you, Joy. She's like, woo! Shout out to the ladies of Orange County who are on this call. Let's see who else is on here. San Francisco, Madison. Congrats to you all. This is freaking awesome. You're doing incredible work. So amazing. The top artists, again, following along with our like Spotify wrapped theme here. So for the folks that are running those transformational chapters, making sure you all got a little love on here. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wait a minute. Jesse, is that you at number 4 there? Don't
That's
you
me.
run this thing? How's that? That's not fair. What
I
leaders
still
participate?
love my local peeps. I gotta have
Okay.
local community, you know.
Well, you're a top artist. I guess you should get some
Thank
know,
you so much.
recognition.
Jen, I made sure to get your name spelled right, so we got that going for us. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And then last, this is so cool. Culture First, the Culture First community has yet again won basically a Grammy. We won Best Growth Marketing Community of 2024. This seriously is like winning a Grammy for our industry, and we're really, really proud of the work that we've done. And this is all thanks to you. This is our collective win. And we were also nominated again for 2025. So pretty hyped about that. So can we come on? I'm going to stop sharing. Can we all just like give a little bit of love for ourselves for like, yes, this is our award. We earned this. So good. All right. I'm gonna take a pause here. I see Julie's joined. Hi, Julie.
Hey,
I wanted to make sure that I invited some folks from Culture Amp to just come celebrate with us, and so you all could meet them. And Yeah, anyway, so I want to introduce you to Julie Knight. She's the CMO at Culture Amp. She's been at camp for now over a year. It's an honor to work for her. And anyway, wanting to hand it over to you, Julie, to share whatever you want to share with these incredible humans. But
Oh, well, first of all, thanks for inviting me to crash your party, if you will. No, this is great. And when Jessie was sharing what she was doing and bringing people together and all of the interesting, topics and sessions that you were having, it was like, oh, wow, that sounds like a lot of fun stuff and maybe more fun than my day. So no, I'm kidding. My day's been good, but this is a really good way to both start it. I started my day with you, and I'm ending my day with you. Very much so. So I I wanted to give you some perspective on why this is important, but why we think it's important. And I'll start first with, in the tech world, it's very common for companies to have a customer community, but oftentimes that customer community is very much focused on kind of the product, and that is not a bad thing at all, but it's very purpose built towards that. And so it's how can you get a little bit better understanding of the products if you have want to understand the roadmap a little bit more, maybe challenges that you have. You might, issue a ticket in order to get assistance. You can meet other people within the community, but a lot of it is very much focused on kind of that product, the service, the support, and that's an important thing. That is a key thing to have at a company. But what is so special about this is that it brings people together who can be customers. It can be people who are HR professionals. It can be people who have an interest in the various topics that are shared at any number of the chapters. It is a place that maybe a group who has an affinity for such topics and just for the space in general can create a foothold in various cities where Culture Amp may not be, but what is important is you are there. And the thing that I find so incredibly important about this is that people feel that there is an opportunity to discuss openly and candidly topics of the day, to meet people, whether it's, maybe for business, but equally to do things that support the community as well through CSR activities. It is, I think, a wonderful, if you will, canvas to do so many things. And for you, this wouldn't be here without you. And we can never thank you enough for your contribution, your passion, your dedication, and how you bring people together, even with some very difficult topics like we have in the world today. And it really means a lot. The other thing that I would say about this, about the community and the chapters program, it is something that our leadership, our employees, whether they're VPs, directors, managers, or just getting started in their career here, everybody knows about it. Everybody thinks it's very cool that we have this. They're amazed that we have it at the same time, given that these aren't easy things to do. But when people find meaning, there is a way that it happens. And the thing that I think is most special about it is it's happened organically. It's because people find value, they find meaning, they have partnership, And that speaks so much to what equally is important to people here at Culture Amp. And so it is an authentic extension of the company, the brand, and the values. But most importantly, it's because of you. And I just cannot thank you enough for your time, dedication, passion in making these events and all of the things that you do around it actually happen. And of course, it wouldn't be the case without our leader, Jesse, who is just so enthusiastic about not just what she does, but the fact that she's able to do this with you. And that comes through time and time again in our conversations. And really, so much of the professional world and the personal world is really about who you get to do it with. And this speaks volumes because we see it, in our interaction with Jesse, but for those campers, including myself and Jen out there, and been to San Francisco and, so on and so forth, it's really a very special thing. So, again, thank you so much for letting me crash the party. Thank you for bringing a smile to Jesse's face every day. But most importantly, thank you for your support of Culture Amp and for the people that you get to interact with and spend time with in your local communities.
Thank you, Julie. I
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Can we all give just a little love for Julie for being here? And thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Julie.
you.
Thank you. And thank you, little Ginger. So I will give Jesse back the floor, and you have a great rest of your session.
Thanks, Julie. Thanks
All
for
right.
joining us.
Take care. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.
I love that Julie said it. Bye, Ginger.
I know. I connected with her on LinkedIn after. She's really friendly.
I'm cracking up. Anyway, I'm glad that Julie was here. I wanted to make sure that you all were able to. I know that sometimes like change in leadership and lots of change and things like that can make especially this kind of program be like, oh, are we gonna like actually protect this? And Julie gets it. She cares about what we do, and wanted to make sure you heard it from her, not just from me, but you heard it from the woman who's running the show around here. So all right. Little Ginger, I'm gonna carry us on here. So you know how we always have like the connection, the work, the action, the close. We're on the full-on work right now. I want to make sure I'm sharing the engagement survey results with you. So we celebrated our wins. Now I want to thank you for filling out this feedback survey. We did this in order to understand motivations and blockers and professional development needs of our chapter leads. This was the first time we've ever done this in the Culture Amp platform. So like your girl learned a lot. And also shout out to Craig, who used to be a lead people scientist at Culture Amp and is actually working with Culture Amp customers on things like this. So who spent time with me to design the survey and make sure that it was a good one. So thank you.
Also, shout out to Daft Punk, who's shaking hands right there. That's really nice seeing them get back together after the breakup.
Yeah, right. I'm with you.
How much to get lucky? How much tonight to get lucky?
Oh,
Anyway.
yeah.
Me.
We had 72 chapter leads fill this out too, which is like pretty impressive for the first time doing this in the platform. And I don't think we've done a survey in like 2 years. So thank you for the folks that did this. Let's get into it. First of all, if you've run an engagement survey and y'all have an 82% engagement score, this is like pretty freaking cool. So I'm really excited about that. I'm pretty hyped. So thank you. Much love to the folks who filled this out. And it's not the score of my team. Yeah, I think across tech, it's definitely not in the 80s or higher ed, really. I think, isn't that what you're all in higher ed? Here are the things that we're doing well. So 97% of folks that filled this out said they're proud of the work that we're doing as a chapters community. So I'm incredibly proud of that. 91% of the folks who filled this out said that I know what's expected of me as a chapter lead, which is awesome in terms of like role clarity and getting support and resources and things that you need, what's expected of you, yada, yada, yada. And then 91% of chapter leads said that they'd recommend being a culture first chapter lead. Like I'm super hyped about that as well. So we got that. I just love this. Like if anyone's seen Caddyshack, where he's like, I got that going for me, which is nice.
Wait, can I do my Bill Murray
Oh yeah,
impression
yeah, yeah.
again?
Please,
Okay,
yeah,
cool, cool.
please go.
So I got that going for me, which is nice. I'm gonna get you, you little varmint. Uh, thank
You
you.
nailed it.
Thank you.
You nailed
Thank you.
it. You nailed it, little ginger.
I can also do Chevy Chase, but we don't have time. Let's move on.
Oh, okay, okay. No, 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 no.
That was good.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so these are the 5 high impact areas that are driving engagement. So,
Boom.
yeah, the first one I have developed professionally as a result of my involvement in the Culture First community, whether that's community building, facilitation, thought leadership, still a very high score. I feel a sense of belonging as a chapter lead. I think we've done a much better job of creating connection across us, and I still think there's room for us to grow. Oh, hi, Sarah Gray. I see you joined us. Hey, girl. The process to submit an expense claim for an event is straightforward. So we improved on this. Still have thoughts that I'll come back to about this, but overall, the process is somewhat straightforward on your end, but there's room for us to improve on that back end of things.
I myself am an expense claim, so I know exactly how that goes.
Yes, yes, you are. Yes. The chapter lead check-in calls benefit me. There's lots of room for us to grow here and lots of room for us to grow on just like ongoing comms with Slack and things like that. So the top 3 opportunities for us are the chapter lead check-in calls, the Slack workspace, and Bevy. Good gravy. So these are the things that are on my radar that I'm going to spend a lot of time thinking about this year. So things that I have taken action on thus far versus things that I'm proposing to take action on. We've made a lot of updates to the wiki. I'm super grateful for Austin Drabick, who runs the Columbus chapter. He's been super helpful in making things more user friendly in there. And also shout out to anyone that sent me a message being like, yo, this link is broken, you got a typo here. I appreciate you. This is a collective effort, so thank you. I know Alana sent me stuff being like, hi, this is broken. Thanks for telling me. We have assets now for you all to get signage at your in-person events. We have a new comms plan that's on the wiki. We now have mentoring for our new chapter leads, which we've never done before, which I think is super awesome, helping us create more belonging and connection for newer folks who are joining us. Like I mentioned, we've updated the expense process for you all, but a little context, if you filed a claim from the beginning of this year, essentially I got moved teams. Without giving too much information, I was moved teams and have a new people leader. And so when I submitted your expense, it had to like go through her, and she was like, I don't even know what these are. So I had to get her spun up on things. So that's why it's taken longer for the first 2 months of this year. So now she's got it. She's on board. She understands what's going on, and things should be back to a faster pace. So just wanting to like acknowledge that and call that out. If you had an expense earlier this year, I'm really sorry that it took a long time. Hopefully we have our shit together now. Bevy is getting a facelift, for lack of better words, and that's going to officially transition over. We are hosting this as a result of the engagement survey. And we also have a template for creating your yearly content calendar that Julia Grassa, who runs the New York chapters, put together. So I'm really excited to share that with you all here in a little bit. And then lastly, the check-in call calendar snafu. It has been a hot mess express. Oh my gosh. So if you go into the wiki now, it essentially, there is a whole calendar of when the upcoming events are. You can add it, whether you have Outlook, Google, or Apple. You can subscribe to them directly on your own, and it will be the same Zoom link for every one of those. So I'm really grateful for Austin for setting that up. But yeah, my goodness, that has been a journey. So, and then things I am thinking about and looking to put into action is that Bevy's going to actually do some better training guides for us with the new dashboard and everything. So I think that's going to make for a much better experience. I think we need to reassess the value of the value prop of the check-in calls. Like, they are support. It's like if you're looking to get some inspiration or just support or need a little bit of like support with relaunching or restarting a chapter, those are a great place to go. And the people that do show up to those regularly enjoy them. So I'm grateful if you continue to show up to those. Thank you. It's a treat to just like stay connected with you as a human being. So I'm also looking into replacing Culture for Slack entirely. So potentially there might be an opportunity for us to coordinate directly in the back end of Bevy. So it's like all in one place. So I'm looking into that. No, nothing's happening yet, but just exploring that. And I'm also looking for just like better ways to stay connected with folks in EMEA and APAC, especially since me being in North America, that can be a challenging thing. So that is something that's also top of mind for me. Taking a pause here. Any like anything that's standing out, questions, comments, concerns that you're like, oh, want to talk about that? Yeah, Teresa, go girl.
I'm here. I'm in repose. Trying to keep my eyes open. So one of the things I think that is always interesting about surveys is kind of the context around the responses. So one of the things I'm curious about as we talk about the value prop of the check-in calls is that just because the response was that people may not find value in it, I think it's also good to understand the people that are looking for support that don't know about it, as opposed to the people that are happy with their chapters, happy with everything that's happening, and aren't looking for that feedback. So just because there's a 30% or 20, 40% or whatever it was, like, it's interesting, the conversation around digging into that as a as a repair point, as opposed to just it's a factual statement that there are going to be people that are excited to join and there are going to be people that are not into it.
I'll second that. Like, the idea is oftentimes that these things should tell us where to look, not give us specific answers. And quite frankly, with this question, you probably could have predicted it based on what percentage of leads even show up, right? So if you ask everybody, and we know that only 30% show up regularly, you'd expect to see that in the score.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think it's just a matter of like, how do we offer better ways to get support for the things that you need? And that is one of the ways to get support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's a great point, Teresa.
I'm completely lost right now, but that's okay. Keep going.
Yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, we'll keep on keeping on. Okay. Just for context, I know some of you have asked like, what are your goals and things you're working on? I want to keep working on 50% of our chapters hosting their 4 gatherings a year, so that when our community members are going to our site, there's actually events happening for that chapter. Looking to continue to grow that returner number. Like, how freaking cool is it that people that show up to one event come back to a second or third? That I'm like super excited about. Want to keep focusing in on that. Hi, Stephanie Laredo, I see you. Also continuing to maintain our chapter lead engagement score. That like makes my heart sing. Also exploring new platforms potentially for us to continue to communicate more effectively together, just systems of scale. Wanting to
Like
get
puppetry?
exactly.
Is puppetry one of those? Okay.
Yes.
We should look at the numbers next year and see what an
Yes.
impact
Yeah.
that had.
The community means more puppet.
I'm no fool.
Hello, puppet.
Hello.
Looking to get more campers, Culture Amp employees involved in our local chapters, as well as our customers. I've also finally done a benchmark of how many folks mention culture first on LinkedIn. So like that's super cool. Like how might we grow and develop our own like supporting each other with our chapter gatherings on LinkedIn, but also supporting each other's thought leadership on LinkedIn. Like so many of us are like running, like a lot of you are running amazing companies and are like, what we want to support you. So how do we rally around each other to through all of this? And then some folks have gotten some local organic press coverage, and I think that's awesome. So I'm like, how do we? That's cool. What if we did more things about that? So, all right. I have this amazing video from our amazing friend Craig Foreman.
Hello, Culture First chapter leads. So this is an appreciation event. I'm so happy I can be part of it. My name is Craig Foreman. Some of you I know, some of you I do not. But I was involved in helping building this amazing community along with so many other people along the way. And I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you, which I'll say again at the end, but share a little bit of the story and the reflection. So I'll start and going way back to 2017. We had been doing these events called Geek Ups. So we were going to towns and hosting conversations, putting on a panel, really about networking, bringing people together. And people would always come up at the end and say, when are you coming back? And there often wasn't an answer. But we knew there was something in the air. People were craving this. They were craving to come together and be with other people that felt the same way about what work could be. We went on, we started building bigger and bigger events, which led to Culture First Global in 2018, 1,200 people in San Francisco. And something was happening, which even led to 2019 when we had over 2,000 people in San Francisco for this movement. And we knew we were onto something. What we wanted to really answer was, what do we do with this momentum and how do we go further? And we created a small team, including Deb Maverick, who I have to call out. And we came out the other side with, let's unify, number one, create a community team. But number two, let's create chapters so people can have their own conversations. They don't need to wait on Culture Amp to come together to meet with like-minded people around the globe, have these conversations and know that they're out there, ultimately unifying these people collectively so we have mass that can really do something to change the world of work. And that's how we started building this. We began by testing it out with 5 chapters. We called them our pioneer chapters, including Kansas City, one of the first chapters, and really went along not knowing what we were doing exactly, and neither did we, but we needed to test it out. So Kansas City, Vancouver, Melbourne, Australia, Pittsburgh, and we got going. We ran these events and we started bringing people together and working out the model. And it was getting some momentum. And then COVID hit. We decided, you know what, let's lean into this. We have momentum. Let's take the ideology and what we've crafted and let's build it into a virtual way. And we did that. And the amazing thing was we needed it more than we realized, both ourselves and the world. In a time when we needed connection, it was a lifesaver for me and I think for others. And I know it was a big part of me getting through. But that's what we did. We went heads down and just kept one chapter at a time, one lead, one member, growing and building this community today. Over 100, thriving, and the number of events are way more than we were doing. And that's so much about all of you and the leadership in this community, how you've all owned it to do just that, bring people together, connect one another around this idea that a better world of work is possible and that we can do something about it. Action. So looking back at this whole thing, we started with a couple people in an idea, and then other people believed in that idea. The reality is no one of us is going to change the way the world works. But together, we have a hope. We have a possibility, especially people in far off places that didn't realize all the other people around them that want the same thing. That's the way we're going to change the way the world works. I'm so grateful to be here today to share back with you a little bit about the story. But also, I stand in awe as somebody that was grateful to be part of this, to help grow this, and to stand here and watch it thrive. Thank you to all of you for everything you've done, for the belief in this, for believing that we can contribute to make something better and bigger, and that work is just getting done. The world needs you now more than ever. You know this. So use one another to build yourselves, your careers, and ultimately this thing we all want, which is a better world of work. We can do this together. I'm excited to continue on this journey that I think we've just begun. So onwards and upwards, thank you. I'm handing it back over to you, Jesse, to continue to lead this amazing group of people.
Yeah, Craig.
That guy was good.
Which one was AI? Are you AI or was he AI? I'm trying to
This
see if
AI.
this happened.
AI. That.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm sleeping right now.
Oh, it's so good. Thank you, Craig. That was awesome. I think it's helpful for folks that are newer to hear the context of like how all this started. And I would just heavy +1 to what Craig's saying of just like make this work for you, like have this benefit you professionally. And like don't be afraid to get what you need to get out of this. That's all. So all right. Anyone want to share anything before we do a fun activity together?
Actually, Jesse, I just had a random thought looking at your t-shirt. Could you create or get someone in your team to create some collateral so we can go and get some t-shirts made wherever we are in the world, just with Culture First or something on them?
Would love that. Yes. I need to actually add that. That's a great point, Nikki. Yes, I want to do that. We have like designs and stuff like that. We should just share them like we design signage and things like that, where like you all can go and get them printed and we say, here's what you go and get. Yeah. Okay, I love that. Yes.
Thank you.
You could do like a bottle of whiskey and then says Culture Thirst or something. I'm just riffing here.
Cool. That's you're getting closer to culture thirsty, which was an idea that we had for a while.
Boom.
Yeah, we backed away.
We backed away.
Okay, all right. Probably for the best.
It was the double entendre thing. It was just not working.
All right, so we're gonna jump into this exercise called a Culture First Jingle. Little Ginger, will you explain what's about to happen here?
I would love to. Okay, so I've been waiting for the mic for a while. Okay, so here we go. Culture First Jingle Challenge. The purpose, since we're celebrating 5 years of the Culture First Chapters community, something is missing. We need an anthem. Okay, your mission: create a short, catchy jingle, like 15 to 30 seconds tops, that captures the spirit of our community. Okay, and make it good because the marketing team's going to steal it and use it for Culture Amp ads. Okay, next slide, please. Great. Instructions for the jingle challenge. Okay, 1, pick a theme. Choose one idea to focus your jingle on. Here's some options. What does it feel like to be part of Culture First? What makes a great chapter event? Why does this community matter? What's the biggest impact Culture First has had on you? Okay, next, choose a tune. You can use a well-known melody like I'm Loving It or Folgers, right? Best part of waking up is Folgers in your... I can't do it. It's so disgusting. Do you ever try drinking Folgers? Ugh. Sorry. Next, create your own beat. You can clap, you could snap, you could do a cappella. But keep it simple, a chorus, a short verse. Remember, it's only 15 to 30 seconds. We want to make it repeatable, easy to sing, and full of energy. Okay, and I wrote one last night, so I can sing that for you as an example. But when you're up and the breakouts ends, get ready to perform. Get your energy up. Choose one person, or you can perform as a group. And you just want to have fun with it. Clap, snap, really bring the energy. Okay. So, me. I based mine off of the Juicy Fruit ad from the 80s. Do you remember that? Okay, well, I'm older than you then. Okay, here we go. Get your teams fired up. Don't let performance turn to poop. Culture First is gonna show ya. Take a seat. Share out loud. The event is gonna move you when the workshop goes kapow, pow, pow. Culture First, it's gonna show ya. Change management and stuff. Don't let it throw ya. Culture First, these chapter conversations gonna move ya. I want some gum. Anyone have gum?
Amazing.
Juicy fruit.
Great job.
Juicy fruit.
Right on.
My favorite line is change management and stuff.
And stuff. That's what HR does. A lot of stuff. A lot.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Hilarious. Folks are jumping off. The timing is hilarious. Anyway, Casey, would you mind sending us into breakout rooms? Have fun. Play with your edge of vulnerability. This is silly. Enjoy yourselves. We'll see you in a little bit. Shape up, everyone. Recording's back on.
This is not the point where we should be recording our beautiful singing voices, man.
Totally. All right. Well, we had two groups that went and have created a jingle. So I know only two. I know. So
We needed more time.
you need more time?
We went big. We took on a huge idea and didn't have enough time to execute it.
Our lyrics need some polish, let's just say.
How much more time? It'll be homework. Oh my gosh.
We'll turn it to the two teams that did have a jingle.
Okay, the other group go first then, whoever that was. We went big. Sounds like
That's an assumption that the other group has a jingle.
Literally no group has a jingle.
I win.
have one.
I win.
We
I had
have
a jingle.
something we can try.
Okay.
Can we, Jesse, can you flash up on the screen again what the requirements are? Because I'll make a jingle right now. What's the reward?
Being competitive in here. Woo!
Bragging rights.
But
okay,
jingle.
was it Jen, Kathy, and Jen? Were you all in the same group or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were literally an AI prompt away from a jingle. Come on.
Amazing.
Okay. Are we ready?
Ready.
Well, I mean, it's a big word to use, Jen.
Okay, let's try this. Culture
Right, change
first.
everyone. Culture first. Where is everyone else?
Yeah. We grow together.
We grow together
In our community.
In
Our community.
Making work fun.
Making work fun.
Culture first.
Culture
first.
You make it up now.
You make it up
now.
Now.
Get chat going.
Get chat going.
Because I'm embarrassed enough.
Because I'm embarrassed enough.
It's like a take on the CNH pure cane sugar.
Oh.
So the idea was like culture first. We love people. We grow together. Where everyone is from. You know, something like that would just...
I love that. I agree with Stephanie Laredo. Literally never heard this jingle in my life.
Never heard of CNH pure cane sugar from Hawaii, sweetened by the sun?
I know that one.
Product,
I won't
never the
leave you.
jingle.
That is so funny. Okay, my bad.
Neither.
I'm gonna Google it.
I enjoyed it,
now.
without knowing
It was fun. Yeah.
So it's like the call and response or call and repeat idea.
All right, I have one. You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm literally just gonna sing the jingle to Laverne and Shirley and just interject culture first time after time. So there's nothing we won't try. Never heard the word impossible. This time there's no stopping us.
Culture first.
Gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. Yeah.
On your mark,
Get set and go now.
Do you see
That's
how
a
many
good
people are
one.
not dancing to this though? That makes me feel very old.
We're dating ourselves. It's
I wonder if
our
like
way.
somebody showed up late and
Yes.
dropped in right now, they'd think that's what's going on.
My
this is
sweet
being
Denver
recorded.
Caroline is like, what?
Sweet culture first. Times never seem so
Good.
vulnerable and honest. Bring your inner child.
So vulnerable. So vulnerable.
Okay, our team has something that's in the works. So what I'm going to do is Jennifer, Caroline, and myself. I will have Caroline drop the lyrics in the chat, and I'm going to tee up the song.
Yes.
And it is going to happen pretty quickly. We'll give it a couple seconds here. Let's see if this can work out. It's do you want to know what song this is right now?
Yeah,
No, just hit it.
Yeah.
Just hit it.
Just
Or
hit it?
yeah, just
Oh,
go.
Yeah, hit it.
Just wait for the chorus. That's when we jump in.
Okay.
Someone
The
be on
suspense.
inappropriate.
Okay, get
Can someone be on
ready.
inappropriate emojis while we do this?
Culture,
Okay.
culture, 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 culture. First chapter leads. We plan events where people
Boy George.
go. Finally, a space we can discuss our HR dreams. So bold and serene.
Oh, I'm into this.
So
Wait, you gotta
bold
make it
and
bigger.
serene.
Culture.
Culture first.
So this is Culture Club, if you are
Oh.
all aware.
Culture,
And
culture
yeah.
Come,
first.
come,
Okay,
Oh, you
so
did
do
that.
you want me to jump
Gold
back?
and green.
So bold and serene.
Purple and purple.
That's what we were wondering. What are the colors?
Purple and purple.
Yeah, what are our colors?
Purple,
Golden,
blue,
purple,
and
and
green.
Purple
green.
and teal. Sometimes.
This reddish color here.
Purple,
Golden, green.
purple.
Purple, gold. Anyway.
That's how far we got.
I like where you're at though. I like where your head's at.
And was I sharing my audio right then or not? Did I
No,
mess
but
that
it's
up?
fine. It's fine. We were picking up what you were putting down though.
No,
Absolutely.
I totally screwed that up. You guys should be telling me that I was
Well, you just
listening on
started
my
singing,
own.
so
Yeah, that's
thought I
super
would jump in and
embarrassing.
help you out.
Oh my God, you guys left me totally hanging there.
Well, we didn't hear the music, so we didn't know
I
you
know.
were.
Shit. Okay, ready? How about now? Go.
Oh wait, we can't hear it. We can't.
Oh my God, you guys do it.
That's
We
not
can-
how Zoom works. You have to like do it.
Zoom works.
It's like
Yeah, we have
special.
There we go.
Oh.
How about now? Sing it.
Come to me.
You come and go.
First. Culture first. I hear it. It's great.
Anyway.
A potential.
Sorry guys, I forgot to share my audio that second time around. It was in the breakout room, it was working, but apologies. Anyway.
Amazing.
I feel like with the wicked words that we used to say is a real good alignment with like how the trauma chapter can help you. Like hearing the wicked words throughout your childhood. Join our culture drama chapter.
Oh my
So
gosh,
awesome.
this is so unhinged. I love it. All right, we need to take a break. Can we? We're gonna take a break. Let's take like 4 minutes and then come back, and then little Ginger's gonna lead us in a little mindful moment, and then we'll do some topic based breakouts and things like that. So we'll see you back here in 4 minutes, okay?
I'm gonna do what now? Okay, I'll wing it.
We'll see everyone back in 4 minutes, and then yeah. Okay, bye. Also, hi Chris. Okay, well, welcome back. Over to you, little Ginger. Over to you, the best co-host in the whole wide world.
Oh, you're the best co-host also.
Stop
Yes,
it.
we're a great team. This is also my swan song, everybody. This is my my magnum opus here. After this, I depart for the evening. So here we go. Let's move our bodies and get some fresh prana inside our lungs. I didn't say piranhas, they bite. Prana is breath, life force energy. Okay. So everyone close your eyes. We're gonna do box breath, okay? So we're gonna take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, release for 4 seconds, wait 4 seconds. Okay, and we're gonna do 2 rounds, okay? So here we go. Deep breath in, hold, and exhale. Wait for it. Okay, last one. Inhale, hold, exhale. And just one more. There we go. Hold and exhale. Okay, last one. And hold and exhale. And now just one more. And hold and hold and exhale. And one more for good luck. And hold. And release. Okay. Now, if you're able to, let's get up. Let's get up out of our chairs. Stand up a little bit. Okay. Now, let's start by letting our heads droop down once we get on our feet. Just gonna let our heads just kind of droop down. Yeah, relax the neck a little bit. Okay, now shoulders up and back. Now I'm gonna say I don't have shoulders. They're kind of just safety pins. They hold my arms on, but you have shoulders. Just lift up and back. There we go. Now just let your arms just kind of flap from side to side like a windmill, like this. That's right. Back and forth. Oh, my sticks, my puppet sticks are slapping me. Ow. Okay. Now, hands up above your head like a mountain pose. And let's bend down and touch our toes. There we are, if you feel comfortable doing that. Okay, now Ginger says, touch your head. Ginger says, cover your eyes. Ginger says, no peeking at the obscene gesture the puppet is making. I said no peeking. Okay, now everyone sit down. Very good. I didn't say Ginger says. A couple of you fell for it. Nice job. Oh, that was so much fun. It was such a joy to be here. This is literally the most fun I've had on a Wednesday evening in a long time. Usually it's just kids to bed, wine, horizontal.
This was awesome. Little Ginger, can we give Little Ginger some love? Thank you for being here and co-hosting and bringing all of the good vibes today. Yes, take a bow, take a bow. Yeah.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Little Ginger, do you want to share more about the human in you that makes things happen and the work you're doing in the world?
Yes, you can find me on LinkedIn. Please look me up. David Mizne, Mizne is my operator. We are the co-founders of culturepuppets.com. And we actually do this as a service. We have a decade of experience delighting teams like yours, helping to build stronger cultures. And you can hire the puppet crew to bring some fun to your next all hands meeting, roast your founder, employee award shows, onboarding, monthly newsletters. If you have a culture issue, we got a puppet show for that. So check us out after the show, culturepuppets.com, or you can refer us to a friend if it's not for you. Thank you.
Amazing. Last round of applause for Little Ginger.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks, friends. Enjoy. Mwah.
I thought that was Didier.
Ciao, ciao for now. I thought it was Didier, right?
He has better hair.
It's gray, not as gingery though. Okay, we also, if you stay to the end, Little Ginger has recorded a roast of yours truly that we can all watch together. The fun little surprise inside of our gathering today. So, all right, I'm moving us on here. Just a drop in the chat. How many years of collective experience do you think we have in building this community? So we in the feedback form, I asked, how many years have you been a chapter lead? And I took all of that from everyone that registered, just the folks that registered, not previous chapter leads, but just everyone that registered for the gatherings. How many total years do you think we have?
So how many years of experience as chapter leads?
Yeah, so like Teresa, you've been a chapter lead for what, like 5 years, like 4 years, 5 years? Yep. Add that plus Alana, add that to Casey's, add that to Sarah's, add that to everyone that registered. What do you think it is? All right, all right, all right. Okay, okay, okay. Wait, no, I misunderstood.
Shocking.
All right, drum roll, here we go, here we go. Between the two events, we have 151 collective years of building the Culture First Chapters community. So look at you, Alana. Freaking let's go. Did you see the slides? I'm just kidding.
I didn't, but I'm not mad about it.
I just thought that was awesome. I thought it was a fun way for us to see like the collective impact we've had together. All right, so I've created this deck. We're not going to go through it all because we do not have time for this, but this is an amazing piece of like professional development around building a chapters community. There's tools, there's lots of inspiration, there's basically a framework to how to build a thriving, impactful chapters community. So, we've got I might skip watching this video based on where we are on time. I'm going to share some about the 6 best practices of from running a chapter, and then hear from a couple of our chapter leads. And then I'm also going to share a yearly content calendar template for you all. And then we're going to get into breakout rooms and just be able to chat about whatever, whether it's you're launching or restarting a new chapter, you want to plan your content for the year, you want to talk about co-hosting, or you're just like, I just want to stay and network with everyone. That's totally cool too. That's an option. So, again, I'll share this out with everyone. There's all sorts of stuff in here. Disconnection causes disease, community's the cure. I just like LOL'd around this. I said this earlier, but I was like, wow, what a douchebag thing to like put a quote from yourself in this deck. But yeah, anyway, there you go. That's I do believe this. Like I mentioned, there's all sorts of amazing stuff in this about like how what is community, the history of community, like the different like what kind of community we are specifically. Um and there's a great video in here. Just like show of hands, has anyone seen this video before? Okay, amazing. Essentially, it's this dude dancing at a festival and he's like by himself, and then other people start to join in, and then eventually he like starts a massive rave. And so it's just an amazing example of like being a leader and being a community, which is like, one, you have to have the courage to stand alone and look ridiculous, which like all of us have raised our hands to be like, yep, I'm gonna just start dancing and I believe in this thing. And then what's important is that we embrace our first followers and we embrace them as equals, and that because it's not about it's about the movement. It's not just about us as individuals and our egos. And how do we be public about it? How do we be easy to follow, and so that others can easily join us in this movement? And like we have to convince them to keep doing this with us. And I love this quote about like gathering's a form of power, and the pressure you feel is a privilege. Like I know sometimes that can get us feeling eek about hosting a gathering. So again, there's all sorts of amazing tips and things in here. And I will say that these are like what I've summed up from all the things that we have learned as a collective, that these are the 6 best practices when building a strong, thriving community. 1, staying grounded in your why. Like there's a micro why of like, why did I personally start this? Like, what's my purpose? What am I getting out of this? And then there's like the macro why of your individual chapters. Like, why does this need to exist? The involving your broader members. Many of our chapters are sending out like feedback forms, and they're like, when should we meet? What kinds of topics do you want to discuss? Like how should we communicate and stay in touch with one another? All that is really important. Planning for your year ahead. The most successful chapters are the ones that like have a content calendar baked out. They at least have one event planned for the next one, so that when their gathering concludes, they have something to invite people to the next one. That's really important. It shows like a sense of legitimacy that you're like not messing around. Your community is going to be around for a while. Showing appreciation and showing off. So many art chapters are like posting on LinkedIn and being like, here's the gathering we just hosted. And then they're like amplifying their community members on social media. I think that's super important that we continue to do that with one another and with our community members as well. Communicating regularly, whatever that looks like, maybe. And like, even for us, I'm like, oh, maybe we should figure out like a different way to communicate, but there's no right or wrong way. Each individual chapter is different. And then just like keep it simple and have fun. I think these are like the 6 best practices to running a chapter. I'm going to hand it off to Alana and Kathy to share because these two are amazing and have been doing this for a while, and I want to make sure that they have a moment to share their collective wisdom and knowledge. But I also am gonna say this deck also has tons of like reflection questions and pro tips on how to do things. There's links to other chapters surveys if you want to like copy and paste them and use them for your own. There are examples of how to actually show off and appreciate your community members, and examples of what people have done with their chapters, ways that chapters are communicating with their chapter leads. Which I'll hand it off to AC after Alana and Kathy get a chance to share too, as well. So anyway, this is an amazing resource. It's linked on the wiki. I'll share it out after, but wanting to make sure you all are aware of it. So with that, I'm handing it over to you, Alana, if you feel comfortable going first. You're a legend. You've been doing this for the get-go. You've learned a ton. So
So much.
whatever you wish you could share with chapter I agree.
First and foremost, Mikey, if you were on the call when Mikey mentioned earlier, we had our first in-person event for the year last night, and I'm sure you are all the same, but I definitely feel like I kind of float on cloud nine for a few days after an event. And, you know, for me, that is always such a great sign of what we have been able to create in the room. As Jessie mentioned, we have been kind of one of the first chapters. Obviously, we're kind of home headquartered for the campers. We do most of our events at the Culture Amp office, which we're very fortunate from a location perspective. There is a massive opportunity to get more campers there, though, because everyone kind of looked past going, what is going on here tonight? Trying to actually steal all our merch. We were like having to protect Mikey and I, all our socks and our everything. I'm like, don't you campers have enough of that stuff? But we have learned so much. And I think my overarching kind of a piece of advice is like have structure, but hold it loosely. And so, you know, that idea of, you know, what do we want to create tonight, this evening, this afternoon, but actually be really flexible and open to follow the kind of nose of your audience. We have experimented a ton over the last kind of 5 or so years since we've been around, and we get really playful around actually the setup, the physical setup of our event. I'm a really big believer of to change and have a different conversation, you need to change the environment. And I think the way we sit, whether they're at tables, you know, whether kind of, you know, chairs are kind of lined up behind each other, they don't naturally, they're not naturally conducive to conversation. You can't necessarily see people who are talking kind of behind you. So we kind of set up this like kind of campfire environment. We put all the chairs in a circle. We put the food in the middle. We always have kind of sticky notes and Sharpies for people to be able to kind of take notes and you know, kind of contribute. And you can really see when people walk in the room, they kind of are a bit like, what is this about? It's not what I thought I was coming into. And so I think kind of playing with that experiment and experimenting with the environment and the setup we've learned so much. Even things like playing with the time that the event starts, you know, if we're playing again with that this year. So how do we get more attendees, you know, starting a little bit later in the afternoon. Echoing some of Jessie's tips, you know, we have a plan for the whole year. We kind of do a combination of in-person and virtual events. And I think having a co-lead is an amazing opportunity, like deep respect for all of you who are doing a chapter on your own. I think we all know we do this, you know, because we love it, but there are times when certainly Mikey or I get individually really busy, and it is so helpful to be able to have, you know, someone standing next to you to say, hey, help, can you do more of this, you know, this, and that way then it doesn't compromise us doing an event either. And the last tip that I would say is we prioritize a lot of connection time. So we typically have connection as people come into the room. We do kind of the conversation of what the event is about, and then we have connection time after the actual event. We had 70% turnout last night to our event, which is just phenomenal. And we're super, super proud of that. We have got a lot of repeat offenders, God bless them. And, you know, that is absolutely what keeps us going. You know, we've got people who have started mentoring and coaching relationships because they've met at our events. You know, these amazing kind of, you know, relationships have fostered because they met at, you know, one of our gatherings. And we're deeply proud that we've played a role, you know, in someone's kind of development and professional life as a result of that. That'd be it from me. Have fun. As soon as it doesn't get fun, then you've got to check in, right? Like with that why piece. Yeah.
Oh my God. Can we give some love to Alana? Thank you so much. Drop in the chat. What did Alana share that like resonated for you, or something that you're like kind of thinking about differently, or something that you can try with your community? What's coming up for you? I love that you all are still testing stuff. Like, okay, yeah, we're gonna play around with the time. I don't know, we're still figuring that out, you know? Like, I don't think there's one right or wrong way, and it's like cool to hear that even you all are still like, I don't know, figuring it out. Yeah, having a co-lead campfire setups. Yeah. Sit around the food. Yeah. Yeah, I think
I did say last night we're open. The food is pretty good. Mikey and I mean, I'm Italian. Food is my reason for being. And so we've nailed the food. We did say last night that we were open to feedback, but not on the food.
Yeah, you all have nailed the spread. I've been to one of your
Nailed
events.
it.
I'm like, yes, like very hearty cheese, charcuterie, veggies, snacks. Like, yeah, it's so good. Awesome. Okay, thank you so much, Alana. Handing it over to you, Kathy.
Yeah, I love the snack comment because we always have good snacks. It really does bring people out, especially if we're getting together around 5 or 5:30. You know, we need to feed people. Yes. So, and thanks, Chris. I'm really excited. So Gary just joined us. Gary's also a chapter lead in San Diego, and Chris Berry as well. So Alana, thanks for all of your tips. I can definitely concur with everything there. A couple other thoughts. San Diego, we launched our first events in 2020. So obviously the gathering around COVID was great. And I think what we've learned over the last few years is you can't have enough volunteers. So, you know, Gary, Rebecca, and I have been co-leads, if you will, for a few years, but we now have Chris and Charlie. If any of you have met Charlie, they do the Sparkle workshop. So, you know, it's great to have a bigger group of people. And we do communicate over text. We've got a culture first chat, which helps us out. So, hey, do we need to meet? You know, we have standing meetings, but we often cancel them because, to your point, we do try to have a schedule for the year. So we have a rough calendar. And I'm happy to have Gary and Chris jump in. The other things that come to mind for me are just having a variety of events. So we've definitely played with speakers, panels, mastermind events where people bring challenges. Those are really fun because everybody leaves going, oh, I got some insight or different ways of looking at my problems. Lots of networking. I love the in-person events. Being in San Diego, we actually try to do at least one a year outside in a park. And I feel like those always have really good attendance. Anything else, Gary, you want to jump in and say hi?
I think we lost him.
Did we lose him? Okay, and Chris is there too.
Like,
yeah,
Chris said he's in the office.
That's right.
I love
I'd say mix of events, always have snacks, and bring in as many volunteers as you can get, even if they're not consistent. You know, we have people come in and help for a few months and then they get busy with work, but some people want to learn more about the marketing. So they actually are willing to use Bevy as an example. So hi, Gary, you're back. We're talking San Diego. Gary's in Seattle, I believe, facilitating.
Awesome.
You want to come? Maybe not in a good space. Yeah. But we have a lot of fun with our events, you know, and a lot of it is thinking about our networks who are local, who might want to come in and present or try out their workshops. And then they bring their friends. You've got, you know, a built-in crew for those speakers. Let me check the chat here.
And a culture first love story.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
2 community members are now dating one another.
Ew. In fact, they live together, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, San Diego love story.
Gross.
How many events do we have? We aim for between, I'd say like 4 and 6 a year, and it's a mix of virtual and in person. The year that Jesse had us try to get all of those on calendar early really helped us start planning. And so I think we're getting better every year. And it's fun, to do the planning piece. So
Yay. Love for Kathy and the San Diego squad, please. Woo, 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 woo. So awesome. And yeah, drop some things in the chat that resonated that Kathy shared. Want to hear. I specifically wrote, I was like, I like that you all have a regularly scheduled meeting for you all as chapter leads. And yeah, if you cancel it, cool, cancel it. But like having something standing, so you're like, okay, I gotta check in with this, like with the squad, I really like that idea a lot. Who's dating who?
Sarah Scherer, she's all about compassion. Is she approved?
She's not, but we've done a bunch of stuff with her. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Hanson Hunt, who's also really deep in the community and Cove. And we have like sponsors now who help us with our events. So we have a company that offers their office space on occasion, the sauna. Yeah. So we're doing fun things.
So good. Gary, you came off mute. I want to make sure you have a chance to chat if you wanted to say anything.
No, Cassie crushed it. So that freeze is hotel Wi-Fi. I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. All good. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, well, I want to make sure we have a chance to connect with one another and get what you want to get out of this kind of next phase of things. But like I mentioned, I will share this slide deck out with everyone. In here, there's a template for a yearly content calendar. I'm so grateful for Julia Grassa for putting this together. This is like the one she uses for New York, and then I just like turned it into a blank template for us to use. So here's the blank template. Here's an example of the like transformative year, right? Someone that's hosting 8 to 14 workshops, which is like, and here's their budget that they use and like the dates and all that stuff. Here's the significant, hosting 5 to 7 chapter events for the year. And then like the San Diego, I put yours on here from 2024. I was like, yeah, here you go. This is what it looked like for you all. And then here's what 4 looks like. Just host 4 coffee chats or brain trusts, or maybe it could look like what Boston or Vancouver did last year. So feel free to use this. Everyone has editing access on this, except for you can't edit these 3 tabs, but you're welcome to use it. I also have created another co-hosting tab in here as well. So if you want to co-host something, you can tag other chapter leads in here, and obviously up to 3 chapters can co-host, but that's another place for us to start sharing things. But super grateful that we have that. And now, wanting us to be able to go into some breakout rooms. So choosing between these 3 options. This is going to be a choose your own adventure situation. Casey, can we do 20 minutes? Is that okay? Or 18 minutes?
No. But we can try. Maybe like 15.
Okay, yeah, let's do 15. We'll do 15. Let's do that. All right, so it's a choose your own adventure. If you want support with launching or restarting a chapter, there's one for that. If you want to just like coordinate on planning your content calendar for the year, cool. If you want to talk to other people about co-hosting, I feel like honestly 2 and 3 should just go together. And if you just want to like open co-work or open connect with one another and hang out, you can stay in the main session. So yeah, we'll do that for like 15 minutes and then we'll come back and start to like kind of wrap things up. So Casey, whenever the rooms, oh yeah, you already opened them. So if you go down to the bottom of your panel where it says like apps and more, there should be an option to click on breakout rooms and you can choose which room you want to go into. So funny. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right, I'm winding us down here. I'm glad we all enjoyed that roast. Wait, how do I exit out of this? Okay, so like I mentioned, we gave some love to little Ginger. This is our 5th-year birthday, and so I wanted to do a unique way. You know how we always do like a clap out at a lot of our gatherings? I wanted us to metaphorically blow out the candles on our 5th-year birthday cake that we all are having, and making a wish to whatever we want to have happen for our community, for ourselves. And so it'll end up being us blowing into the camera. So we'll be like, and then we'll conclude our gathering. But before we do that, I would love if you all would just drop a little like one word, or I mean, what's small here? We can do like a little like wrap around, just like a word to describe how you're feeling. I'm starting with you, Stephanie. You're in the top left of my, or one sentence, whatever. We have 5 minutes.
Excited for the year to come.
Aww. All right, Nikki.
Just appreciative of this community.
So awesome. Casey?
I've just been smiling a lot. This is really, and it's like silly, unhinged. Yeah, it was wonderful. Like, great. Want more of this.
More, please. Sarah, if you're there, you're next on my Brady Bunch square, if you are available.
I'm here. Laughter and connection, and I also, are you okay? That was rough. Like, I feel like he went in a little too hard. Like, simmer down, little Ginge.
Oh, he was like, he sent me the script and he's like, do you want to read it beforehand? I was like, nope. No, I don't. No, I don't. Like, I trust you. Just do it. Just do it. I trust Gary. I trust Greg. Yep, just do it. Oh, so good. All right, Alana, over to you.
I would say really joyful, but also quite hopeful. I think the world is a really strange place at the moment, and I'm really grateful that we have communities like this that exist, because that makes me hopeful that actually I think we'll be okay at some point.
Yes. Oh, heavy +1, heavy +1. I'm like, I just want to live in a culture first bubble, actually, if I could. Over to you, Jen. I'm so excited that you're a newer chapter lead. I'm glad you were here. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you. I would say I'm engaged.
Yay. Awesome. Love, love, love. Gary.
I feel like a burrito, all wrapped up, warm and gooey.
Oh, yes. A burrito. That's amazing. All right, Cindy.
Sorry, this might be hilarious, but what's the prompt?
Just, just one word to describe how you're doing, or a sentence to describe how you're feeling.
Oh, I feel like I'm growing. I'm glad that we had the last breakout room. It really helped me because I was like being like, maybe I don't belong here. I don't know what's happening, but yeah, growing. So we'll see what the year brings.
Oh, I'm so glad you were here. I'm so glad that you said that. That made me happy. You totally belong here, Cindy. You are doing something really bold and courageous by relaunching the Singapore chapter. And there are people there who want to gather and convene. And that is such a privilege. And you are totally the person to do it. So I'm so glad you're on this journey with us. And over to you, Chris. I don't know. He might not.
He's at work. He might not be able to talk.
Maybe he can put it in the chat. But Cindy, you were gonna say something. I saw you came off mute too.
Oh no, just wanting to thank everyone.
Oh, you're the best. Fun, functional, understanding, not necessary, or woo. So awesome. Well, this was such a treat. What a day. I can't believe this is the end. Like all the prep and planning and all the things. This has been super fun. It was so good to spend time with so many of you and just like, wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, let's make a wish on our community. So either shut down your eyes.
Before you do, can I just say a huge thank you? I know how much work goes into doing these sorts of events, and it takes a village, and you do a lot of it alone, and we're just deeply, deeply grateful for all you do for us, because you are part of the reason that some of us want to be here. So thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll never leave. So there you have it.
Yeah, try to kick us out. Send me that recommitment form, girl.
Can you see us all sitting here when we're 90 with the puppets and the gym?
I'll look like a puppet by then. I'll be fine. I don't need.
Oh, thank you. It was such a treat. I'm like, how do I make this fun and easy for us to keep convening and doing cool stuff together? So I'm super honored to, yeah, super, super honored. I can't even like express. Yeah. All right, making a wish. I know we're over a minute. So something that's coming to mind for you, what do you hope for yourself and the Culture First community in the next year? So like picturing that in your mind's eye. And when you're ready, we'll come back and we'll blow out the metaphorical candles here. So if you have your wish, let me know. Okay. All right. We're gonna blow out the camera on 3. And Casey, will you count us to 3? I'm so grateful that you led all the tech and all the support today. And I won't even end the gathering. I'll stay open, but we'll blow out the candle and then you can just hop out if you want. Otherwise, I'll stay and hang for a little bit. But oh, there's a kitty. Fun. All right, Casey, count us to 3.
1, 2, 3.